Hi and welcome. This is Anna Bevan Gravely with NCFREE, and I am joined by Tommy Hester, who is running in Senate District 3. Tommy, before we get started, is there anything you'd like to share with us?
Well, the only thing I'd like to share is that Eastern North Carolina means a lot to me, and you get an opportunity to see so many things and so many different people. And District 3 is represented by 6 counties, and that's Vance County, Warren County, Northampton, Bertie, Beaufort, and Martin. And those good counties need help and need to move forward as far as the future is concerned. And I want to try to help them as far as jobs and education. Totally, my wife is from Northampton County, so I'm from Vance County, so we hit 2 of the counties already, and we both went to Chowan College. So we all know about Eastern North Carolina. Annie, that's probably a summation, a little bit about us.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I'm just going to dive into the questions. Have you ever owned a business or been in a management position within a business?
I have been in business for myself in the last 40 or 50 years. I had a heating and air conditioning company and built that up to about 35 or 40 employees, and then sold it out in 1999, somewhere around that year, and then went into another business, and now I handle my own rentals and economic development, and as far as that's concerned, do residential and commercial real estate as far as in Eastern North Carolina.
Wow. Yeah. Great. So would you say that the current level of federal and state taxation is too high, too low, or just about right?
I'm going to change that a little bit. I'm going to say it's heading in the right direction. And that is that on the national scene, we have got taxes being lowered and the capital gains being lowered, and that's in the right direction. On the state level, there's a couple things that I'm very excited about is, we've cut taxes with the House and the Senate by 99% to most North Carolina families. So they've had that. The Senate passed 7 consecutive teacher pay raises in the recent years. Reduced the corporate income tax rate to be the lowest in the country for states that levy this tax. What I want us to do is move even lower as far as that's concerned. Created the North Carolina Promise Program, which lowered tuition at 3 universities to $500 a semester. So now we got a chance, and especially in Eastern North Carolina, to move forward. We're trying to make sure we put education as the number one to be done as far as that's concerned. Another part of the deal is open broadband. If it's any time we need broadband, it's right now with the coronavirus going on. And we have a program in Vance County, which I'm a county commissioner too. It is moving broadband. It's called Open Broadband. That's a public-private partnership. And that's going to be put in place within the next, it's been done for 2 years, for 2 more years. And anywhere in Vance County will have this available for $39.99. Only county that this is available in right now. That's a public-private partnership. I'd like to see something like this in the other 5 counties too. And that way you end up making it more eligible for people to have an education and not have to be, not have to go to school. Can have it. You there?
Yep, here.
Okay. Does that give you a short answer or a long answer?
Yeah, that's a great answer. Very comprehensive. So what would you say are the key principles of free enterprise?
Supply and demand, and ended up supply and demand. If you you supply it, and maybe customers demand it, and government's tuition is say, hey, how can I help you? How can I make it happen faster? How can I help you get your product out there? That's what we're built on in the United States. It's built on supply and demand and free enterprise, moving forward and trying to produce a product. And government's job is not to stand in the way, but to help promote it, help push it. So, that's generally the short answer to your question.
It is a very large question. It can go on and on. So I think you did a great job boiling it down. Um,
Thank you.
do you feel it's appropriate for state or local governments to offer incentives to private businesses in consideration of locating, expanding, or conducting business in a specific part of the state?
Well, and I gotta tell you a little bit about me. First of
Please.
all, I've been on Golden Leaf for 7 years, and that's the tobacco money that we have brought in, and we've invested it, and now it's at $1.1 billion. And we take the proceeds from that, and we help businesses in rural North Carolina counties or counties that were tobacco dependent. We also do scholarships. We do 215 scholarships across rural North Carolina counties as far as college is concerned. And I've been so proud the last 4 or 5 years that I've been able to award those scholarships in Vance County. And you're talking about $12,000 over a 4-year period. And one honor that I have is going and doing those in Vance County, because I want to help our kids move forward and get an education. And so this year, I wasn't able to do it because of the coronavirus, but I've always done it in the past to whoever qualified. But also, too, in answering that question, is I'm chair of the Rural Infrastructure Authority in Raleigh, and I've done that for over 6 years. And that is grants that are made to businesses or government, through the county government or through city government. Grants are made for building reuse for infrastructure in rural North Carolina counties, the majority of it. And I've enjoyed that. And I think we done over 23,000 jobs, new jobs, not taking jobs away from anybody else. And so we promoted that by building reuse and infrastructure. And that's over $250 million being spent in rural North Carolina. Tom Campbell made a good statement one day. He says 50 counties can't afford to finance 100 counties. We all need to work together as a team trying to build jobs in rural North Carolina counties.
So just to clarify, you feel like it's more appropriate to do so in rural counties than in urban counties?
I absolutely do.
Okay.
I'm more for rural counties than I am in urban counties. Urban counties have more opportunities, more things available. Rural counties need help. They need to be, incentivized to help as far as economic development is concerned and to bring in jobs. I'll give you a prime example of one situation of teamwork. About 3 years ago, we brought in Mako Laboratories into Vance County. And what they do is testing, as far as that's concerned, as far as different types of testing done for hospitals. They came in, and we probably wouldn't have had a chance with them if it hadn't been some incentives. Now, they were going somewhere else. They looked at going outside North Carolina. They looked at going to Louisiana. I don't want to lose any jobs to any other state. And I want to bring them in and keep them here in North Carolina. And what's happened is, Anna, they started with 153 jobs. Guess what? Now where they are is they're looking at add another 145 people. And in a rural county, 300 jobs is the same thing as having 3,000 jobs in an urban county. It's a big deal. And all these counties need all the help they can get.
Yeah.
I've lost you. You there?
Yep. Yeah. Still here. Sorry. We seem to be experiencing a little bit of internet issues, but you're good. I got you.
Okay.
So in your opinion, what is the appropriate balance between the scope of federal and state regulatory requirements on business? What, in your opinion, is the best way to balance the appropriate protections without impugning economic vitality?
Well, a simple answer to that, I think state government and federal government should be not standing and being obstacles, but figure out ways to help promote business as far as that's concerned and help push it forward. Every person that's in business knows that the better you do, the more taxes you pay. You can't help that. It's part of life. So the more that government can stand and help you promote your business or help things move forward, the more money that you'll have as far as other programs, education, as far as that's concerned in a community, broadband, anything like that. So government's job is to help promote, not distract.
Okay. Okay. And so, Tommy, if elected to the North Carolina Senate, what would be your top 3 priorities as it pertains to the business community?
3 top things:
Just
jobs,
3. Just 3.
jobs, education, and infrastructure.
Awesome.
That hits everything right there. And if you put in, I've seen over the years that any infrastructure you put in helps communities, especially in rural counties, as far as that's concerned. Jobs, if you put jobs in those areas, then you got more money that you can spend for education. So they all tie together. Jobs, education, and infrastructure
Mm.
would be great. And in these 6 counties that we're talking about for Senate, they're all tier 1 counties.
Mm.
They need more help than any other counties, or as much help as any other counties. And I'm willing to spend my time to help them bring in jobs, education, or infrastructure.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for spending time with us and sharing your vision for your Senate run and what you would do if elected. Before we end, where can our members go to learn more about you?
Sure. Gmail, T. Hester for North Carolina Senate at gmail.com. Facebook, T. Hester for North Carolina Senate at gmail.com. Instagram, T. Hester for North Carolina Senate 3. Twitter, T. Hester for North Carolina Senate, gmail.com. And just to let you know, I have help with this. I'm not alone. I hate to tell you, but I go back a long ways as far as that's concerned. So technology is something that I'm still learning and trying to accomplish some of the things with. But we'll get there. But that's where you can find me or whatever you want to do. Or you can contact me at my office in Henderson, North Carolina, Prime Residential Rentals and Development.
Awesome. And do you have a website?
Website is yes, I do. North Carolina Senate at gmail.com is where the website is.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great rest of the day and good luck on the campaign trail.
Well, thank you for the opportunity and for me to come talk to you. And you do a fantastic job. And I know from talking to you in the past, you're a Rocky Mount girl, and I'm glad that you have gone on to do other things.
Well, thank you very much. I also love Eastern North Carolina. I've spent some time there recently during the quarantine, and it's just been really sweet to be home. So I totally get it. Yep.
Thank you, ma'am.
Awesome.